so I started 3.5 years ago. I was kind of starting my life over. I just gone through a divorce. I was married for 26 years, so it was a very big change in my life. I was being a single mom, 4 kids, financially starting over in a lot of different aspects of my life. So it was a bit of a challenge. I was working full time, and I saw the Amazon opportunity. So I thought I'll try it. I had some friends that were doing the course, and it looked really good. It looked like they were able to succeed, and so I thought, I'm going to try this. I want to do e-commerce. I needed something that was flexible, something that had a bit of an opportunity. I didn't want the 9-to-5 thing anymore. And so I had no Amazon experience. Yeah. I hadn't ever purchased anything on Amazon. So I was like really learning everything from scratch, e-commerce, the whole private label product game. But it was one of those things where I didn't have a lot of time, so I put a couple hours a night, or while I'm like at the gym working out, I'm like in my head, like I hear it on my headphones and just trying to learn the whole game. And I mean, I had to have it work for me, because that to me was like my opportunity that I had, and I didn't want another opportunity. It was what I wanted. It was just financial, to just have an income to cover my bills and get me out of a 9-to-5 or out of another type of job, so I could have freedom of time, spend with my kids for sure, provide my kids with the things they want, and just have a good life and not be so worried about money on a day-to-day basis or weekly basis, and how many cover stuff, and be able to travel. I mean, I have a lot of passion on wanting to travel the world and go see new places, so there's personal aspects I liked. I have one brand. I have about 40 different products. I'm in the US marketplace, also all across Europe and Canada, so I've expanded to all those marketplaces. I went from doing my $60,000 a month to $500,000 a month in sales, to creating my own manufacturing facility and wanting to have full control over my manufacturing. So doing that, and then also this last year doing a lot more actually helping others. I will say the first lesson I learned was I picked the wrong products, and it's just because I did not follow the training. Went back, re-looked at the training, went through that process, picked the right product, and then it was fine. So I see a lot of people don't necessarily persist if they have a product that doesn't do well or doesn't do as much as they think. They don't move on to the next product. So I think the speed of just finding the next product and really making sure you're picking the right products, but just the speed of product, and make sure you do everything to get it going. I mean, the second thing I ran into was, it's kind of interesting when you start working for yourself and you're like a one-man band, is you can kind of get distracted or lazy, and you're working from your home and you like sleep in, or it's really hard, I think, to stay motivated sometimes, and you have to self-motivate in your schedule. So at one point I just hired someone part-time, just come to my house, so I have a purpose to be there at 9 a.m. to sit down with that person, and that helped to actually motivate me. And that was a big change in my operating basis and really getting my scheduling in, and that really helped a lot. There were times I was like, this is not gonna work, I'm giving up. I mean, the first problem I think people have is like trying to figure out what product to pick, and just getting really, maybe overcomplicating it. Like they really want it to be perfect, and they really want to make sure it's going to do well. And I usually tell people, don't overcomplicate. I see there's definitely still a lot of opportunity. I mean, like anything, there's going to be where you want to be slightly innovative, and there's tons of opportunity. I mean, Amazon is crazy growing, and I don't see that ever stopping. And just even the whole e-commerce game and getting in and the experience, I mean, it's extremely valuable for anybody to come in and just have the experience of playing this game with Amazon. There's tons of opportunity, there's tons of products, and the name of the game, it kind of always has been, but just sort of how can you improve what's already there, or how can you stand out from your competition, and how can you maybe find something that's a little more niche-y or fits a certain group of people. And I think it's just a little bit of a skill and kind of adapting, seeing that, but it's not hard at all. It's still very easy, and I see people get a product that I don't even think is going to maybe do that great, and they kill it with it. And like, okay, don't be slow about it. Don't wait. I think scheduling your time is probably the crucial thing, because it's like you don't have time to see the videos, you don't have time to do the training, you don't have time to put in the research for the product. I mean, most people doing this is doing it as a second income source right at the beginning. And that's what I notice, and they just don't follow, like you you have to schedule your time. You have to schedule your time so you're actually making progress, getting through the training, and then finding your product supplier and getting the product. I mean, the beginning is the longest part of it. But once you kind of get over the training and the finding your source, your manufacturer, then it's a lot easier. It's like you've gotten over the hump, and now you can just kind of roll. So they put that due diligence in and just cut out anything that doesn't contribute to that at the beginning, and like go for it. 6 months, just plow through and get a few products out there. Now you can kind of roll. I mean, I took last year, I want to say I took it practically off. Yeah. I was hardly in my business at all. And that's like, 3.5 years into my Amazon business. I traveled more than I ever have in my life. I was gone probably a good week or two out of every month last year, just going everywhere. I never in my life would have dreamed that I'd be doing that. Yeah. You know, I'm sending my son to a private school, it costs tons of money, and donating to causes I care about. It's like, I've never expected that I would be able to do that, but I worked my butt off for the first year and a half, and it does result in that freedom. So it's persistence. Yeah.